stand on here. Let's try to keep this one normal. Let me see. Alright, so we have an update. If I can get my stand here to tighten up a little bit here. I'm looking at doing things differently. I am. I want to do things a lot differently. I have been with PayPal for years. I've been PayPal for around 15 years. But I want to change. I'm tired of the same old thing. I'm trying a lot of same old things. I'm trying to do things differently. We got another site that's taking off. I want to invest more time into members only setups. Because again, it cuts down on the headache, the nonsense of people not knowing how to act right. We have a members only policy. We are going to have the both of the screen paints. One of the screen paints is a limited edition. We're going to make 50 of those per month. The black technology will also have the same thing. Only 50 of those are made per month. We have these outdoor technology now. This daytime projection screen allows us to go anywhere we want to go. So that's fantastic to have right there. So we got a lot of changes coming to our company. Other things I want to start changing out is some of the websites. We got applications we're putting through for GoDaddy. The two want to start doing business with their website to give you a little more options than Wix. And on top of that, I am definitely eligible for credit card transactions accounts for my bank and for Apple Pay. And Apple Pay was brought up quite a few times. Definitely going to be using Zilla because we're going to have a store where our customers can come into and check out and buy. But Apple Pay is something I want to get into. So, I think roughly probably 2 months from today, we're going to be leaving PayPal. On top of that, PayPal's policies have gotten crazy. I mean, it used to be, it was easier to work with PayPal than it was with banks. Now, it is easier to work with banks than it is with PayPal. When PayPal came out, I wasn't around when PayPal came out, but I do know that working with PayPal, their policies have changed, but they've gotten nightmarish. Now, you make these decisions. You guys got some troll out there saying, "Oh, he's doing it good." No, my PayPal account's older than yours. I have more credibility on my account. I have a zero complaints, almost close to a zero complaint status. I probably get a complaint probably once at a blue moon. If I got tons of complaints on my PayPal account, the other guy would be to do videos every day, but he doesn't. Once in a blue moon, you may get a complaint. That's it. My PayPal account is outstanding. My working capital account, over $100,000 borrowed from them and paid back. I have an excellent account with them. I have a credit line with them and everything. But, as I said before, I want change for my company. I want something different. I want a new way of basically doing business. And being with PayPal for like 15 years, I've seen the policies change from worse to worse to worse. I'd rather be at a bank right now than go through PayPal's policies. The whole back office nonsense, that's a headache. It's an absolute headache. There used to be at first that the people, the representatives at front, could easily help you with it. Now you got to go to the back office, and it can be a 72 wait. It can be a 48-hour wait. It can be anywhere. It can be 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, whatever. You're going to be waiting. Now, it's just a headache. I mean, before you can get that resolved in no time at all. Now you got to wait 72 hours. And that's if you get back there, if you're not on the list of other people that are waiting. I heard somebody wait 3 months to get a case settled. That is messed up. They could have you in court by then. That's what we're going to be doing. I mean, basically, we deal with the banks, not a problem at all. I got a problem with banks. With Apple Pay, I looked at their policy, got a problem with that. But most likely, if it's something that can't be settled, then we bring attorneys involved and we go to small claims court and go from there. Because that's usually where we're probably going to end up in anyway. But anyway, I'm just tired of PayPal's policy. Their policies have gotten much, much worse. Much worse. I've never had to wait for a claim to be settled in 72 hours. That's a long time to wait for a claim to be settled. Something that you have substantial, heavy evidence showing that you can back it. Now you got to go through this whole policy thing. And then I found out there's something else, another policy they have now. They're taking money out of your accounts. So I was looking at my account, and I noticed we got 20, 30, 40 bucks missing out of the account. Like, okay, where's this money going to? And find out that PayPal takes money out of your account. Now, mind, they already get their fee money. They get their fees, but they take an additional 20 bucks or whatever out of your account to keep that aside just in case for disputes. Isn't that what the whole taking and putting the money on hold is for? You put all the money on hold, so neither party can touch it. That's what that's for. So now you're going to take additional money out of my account, and I can't do anything about it. And mind you, this kind of money gets released to you in 90 days. So they take about 40 bucks out of you, and they're saying, we'll put it on hold just for the time being, and you'll have to wait 90 days to get it released. That's your own money. Now your fees and stuff, I don't care about. That's what you have. That's how you make your money. But don't go into my accounts and take additional money out of my accounts and say, hey, we got to put this on hold for 90 bucks. That's stealing it to do that. So when I read through that policy and I see it happen twice on my account, came in 20 bucks was missing, came in 30 bucks was missing, they just take a percentage out, they put it to the side and say they save it. You got no right touching that money. It's my money. It's money that I made at the end of the day. I'm done. I'm finished. I looked at my requirements for my bank. I had known them long enough to be eligible for credit card transaction accounts, which to begin with, and also for Apple Pay now. And we got Zillow. We already applied for Zillow a long time ago, just in case we decide to go brick and mortar. So, yep, going down that route. The fees that we pay over at well, now the fees are greater because, again, like I said, they take 20 bucks out of you now because that's being set aside. I have no idea how 20 bucks is going to help if I got a dispute for 360 bucks or 400 or $500. How is that 20 bucks going to recover, or even, it doesn't even sound right. How would that cover anything? It wouldn't cover my shipping costs overseas. So I don't get that part. That's why I'm sitting here having this conversation with this guy. I was like, wait a minute. So you're taking 20 bucks extra out of my account just in case if I get a dispute. How is 20 bucks going to cover $360? We're going to get the rest of the money they take out. So that has to come out of you guys to put whatever we have on our account, which we have like out of a 3,000, 4,000, we have a negative 300 missing. Because I don't know how you duplicate 20 bucks to all of that, accumulate to 360 bucks. That has to come out of somewhere. So if you're not taking enough money to cover, and you have to put your own money in to cover that expense, why are you taking the money out to begin with? See, banks do this mess. Banks take your money you put into the bank, and they use it and lend it to other people. It's a lending system in banks. That's what they do. It's your money, it is. You'll have it there to be taken out, but they do use your money for other things besides you having your money just sitting there. It is worth for other things too also. Some people don't like that. I'm a big person. It's not bothered by that because there's two different types of accounts. A business account and a residential account. If you kind of had that problem, business account, no, it won't lose any restrictions on that. So I'm not worried about that. I'm good with that. But still, the whole thing about saying that we had to take an additional 20 bucks out of you due to the fact that we need to save up enough money to cover. Well, let's put it this way. Say you get 5 complaints in that hope you don't need to look at that. You get 5 complaints. They wouldn't even need to save enough money to cover the 5 complaints. So what is the purpose of taking the money out? Now, you might think it's a small deal, right? You imagine over 20 million people get $20 million, it took $20 or $40 just deducted from their account. Think about how much that adds up to. Adds up to a lot. And they won't release it until 90 days, which is 3 months. Yeah. I swear, boy. This is why we're done. I'm done. That's it. I've dealt with a lot of stuff. I've been with PayPal for over 15 years, and I've dealt with a lot of their crazy policies. This would be the nuttest one I've ever seen in my life. Oh, there's the other one too. So, if you make a certain amount of money, you're penalized for it. I went through this mess last month with them at the end of the day. because we were covering an easy $3 grand a week, and they were coming in saying, well, you have a cap. The object of working with an institution is so they can, especially an institution involving with money, is basically to allow your company to grow to new heights, not stagger them because they're making too much. So PayPal's policy, and it is there, you can read through yourself, basically states that say you have a cap on you. You're only allowed to make $3,000. That's it. That's all you're allowed to make. Let's say you knock out $3 grand in a week. That means that any money that gets transferred to your account automatically goes on hold. That's how that works. So I went through that mess with them last 4 years ago. So you have to show that you've been with PayPal long enough. And usually they do that with new accounts. New accounts go through that. Not older accounts go through that. So what they have to do is they have to up your credit limit, which means they have to go into, okay, now you can sell at 6,000, 7,000, 20,000, 100,000 before you hit the cap line, before you have to put your money on hold. So we're already past that. We're up to something like 200,000, something like that. We're up there with no problem. That's one issue you got able to overcome and get around it. The other issue you have is that your account, for some reason, once it reaches, you make a certain amount of money, so you get an order for, we make up to 3,000, but so you get an order in for $3 grand. That money goes on hold. They don't release that money at all, period. You have to look at some process to get that. But it automatically goes on hold. I went through that with digital in-person screen print. I got guys came overseas and they gave us $4,000. And even though the guy had contacted me and said, look, came from me, or it came from us, blah, 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 they still put it on the hold for 24 hours. That's bullcrap. I never would have to go through that with a bank. So these new policies, I don't like at all, period. So, not happy with it. And I went down and checked my eligibility with Wix. I'm not Wix for a very long time. So we're going with Apple Pay, and I'm going with credit card and debit card transactions to the banks. That's how I'm doing mine. Guys, it's time for change. Everything happens for a reason. It's nonsense we're going through with them. It happens for a reason. Everything has a reason why it happens. For most of my orders, like I said, we got the new site that's going on right now. And pretty soon we're going to be able to announce over there, we're doing Apple Pay and we're doing credit card and bank card transactions and all that stuff. So we'll be pretty happy about that. Alright, well, let's be split. The change goes into effect 2 months from today. That being said, gotta go.